Hello, welcome to 1102. I'm recording this in my class with currently other students here, which is why I'm wearing my mask. I had a lecture recorded earlier, but the program that I used had this really high-pitched squeal on the recording, so that one has been thrown out, and instead you get this one with this. The future lectures that you'll watch in this course will be filmed during either my planning or at home, where I will not be concealing my face. Okay, so you'll get those later on. I am your instructor. You can refer to me as Byers or Jeremiah. When you email me, you don't have to title it professor or doctor because I am technically neither of those. This is 1102. And so in this class, you are going to be focused on writing about literature. Okay. Everything you write about will be based upon something that you have read, that I've assigned you to read. Okay. 1101 is just writing in general, how to write essays, how to format, all that sort of stuff. This class is specifically designed for how you write about things that you've read and how to communicate ideas that you have read, because that's what you'll be doing in all your future college courses. Okay. So this is going to be a two-part lecture. The first part is going to be me introducing you to the class and going over how to navigate the course and where to find everything. And then the second lecture that you'll watch will be me going over the assignments that you'll be completing this week. Okay. All right, so I'm going to share my screen with you as we go through navigating the course. Okay, so when you log in, you'll see the Blackboard page here. And here we have a series of links that you'll be able to, that you will click on. First, always go to announcements and read the week's announcements. I will send these out multiple times in a week, new announcements. And each time I send an announcement, you will receive an email with the announcement as well, telling you to go take a look at it. Hey, Albert, can you? Thanks. Resume share. All right, there we go. All right, so this is the course, and you read through what we have to do that week, and then also you will have an assignment sheet, which I'm going to show you in a moment, that kind of has everything laid out that you will need to do. Okay. So on this first day, you should go here to start here. And go ahead and read my syllabus. You can click on it. You can read part 1, make sure you read part 2, and then make sure you read my additional policies. You'll download it. I'll open it up. Okay, let's see. Okay, so here is my email. A lot of you have already started emailing me, which is great. All right, so that's fine. You have the email address. Make sure that you do that. Now, every week I'll post one or more lectures. There will be a few weeks I don't post any lectures, but for the most part, I post lectures covering the course work, mostly instructing on skills, how to do certain things, how to complete the assignments, where to submit the assignments, things you need to know, and I'll review MLA formatting and the papers. I'll cover the readings. After you've read them, I'll do a lecture on on the big ideas. So pretty much I try to bring the in-class lecture quality to the lectures, all right? And they are required to be watched. You need to watch all of them. There's no grade for watching them, but all of the stuff that I go over in the lectures is important and required to be done in the work. So if I go over skills in the lecture, I need to see those skills in your essays. And your essays will be penalized if I don't see those things, the evidence of that, okay? And at the same time, in the lectures, I go over all the important stuff. So if you send me an email asking a question, I'm going to ask if you watched the lecture, okay? So if you did watch the lecture and you have a follow-up question, then when you email me, I would suggest indicating that in the email, saying, hey, Byers, I watched the lecture. I have some additional questions about this, and this, okay? If you imply that you did not watch the lecture, okay, and your question is answered in the lecture, then I'm just going to say, watch the lecture. Make sure that you watch the lecture first, okay? Because I take the time to make those, to explain everything. And so that's the important thing. But if you need additional information, you need some clarification in these types of things, then send me an email and ask for more information, which is totally fine. I'll reply to your emails within 24 to 48 hours. Okay, that's what I aim to do. If for some reason you don't get a reply within that time, then just simply send me another email asking, hey, Byers, did you see my previous email? Not sure if you saw it or if you're working on a good response, but let me know. All right, if you keep going down, you get to the course weights for the class. So there are 3 major essays that you'll be completing for this class. And those all add to about 75% of your overall grade for the course. And then you will have some assignments that are divided up amongst 25%. So if you think about this class in terms of points, that like everything adds up to 100 points. Okay, essay 1 is worth 20 points, essay 2 is worth 25 points, essay 3 is worth 30 points, and then all the individual assignments add up to 25 points. And so there are 15 classwork assignments, 15. So if we divide those 15 amongst the 25%, that means that each individual assignment is worth 1.6%, okay? Now, all this relates to my late policy, okay? In terms of classwork assignments, I do not take late work for classwork assignments. So there are 15 assignments, and I mean, each one only counts 1.6%. So even if you do not complete 6, which is almost half of those assignments, you can still make an A in the class if you do well on all of your essays, okay? So if you don't turn in an assignment by the time I grade it, and you get a 0 in the grade book, then it's a 0, okay? Now, nothing is late until I go to grade it, okay? So I'm going to show you in a moment this sheet that has all the assignments on it and all the due dates, okay? The due dates are really flexible because that's the due date is the date that's the earliest that I'll get to grading those assignments. I might not be able to grade the assignments on that date. I might not grade the assignment for 4 days later. If you turn the assignment in sometime between the due date and when I actually grade it, it's not late. It's only considered late when I put a 0 in the grade book. That means that I've graded everybody's submissions, and then yours is not submitted, has not been submitted. So then I give you a 0. Once it's a 0, you can't turn it in. Now, the due date is Monday the 12th, but by Tuesday the 14th, you still don't have a 0 in the grade book for that assignment, you can still turn that assignment in. That means I have not gotten to it yet. And you can sneak it on in there, no problem. Okay. But once a classwork grade has a 0, you cannot turn it in late. Okay. Essays can still be turned in late, even after you have a 0. But the highest grade you'll be able to get is a 70 on it. Okay. Now, I mean, essays, I have about, let's see, 4 sections of this class, 25 kids in each section. So that's about 100 students. When 100 kids turn in a 4-page essay, that's going to take me a long time to grade. So with that in mind, if the due date is a Monday, there's a good chance that I'm not finished grading all those essays, even by Thursday. So you could still take a few days to sneak in your paper, submit it, and get full credit, okay? Because I don't look at the date it was submitted. When I sit down to grade all of them, as long as your work is in my Dropbox, it's on time, okay? And so I say all that just to say, don't email me about extensions, okay? Don't email me asking if you can turn something in late, okay? If you don't have a 0, then you can turn it in, okay? If there is a 0, if it's classwork, you can't turn it in. If it's a paper, you can still turn it in. Okay. So those are my policies. Let's go back to the page. Let's see. Okay. So here's this. Let's go back to start here. So we looked at my syllabus. Now let's look at the list of assignments and due dates. Click on this. Download this document. All right. And then save this document. This is the most important document you're going to have for this class. All right. This is the entire schedule for the entire 16 weeks. In it, it has all the things that we're going to cover in class. I'm going to talk about my lectures and all the assignments. Oops. And all the assignments. All right. These are the lecture topics that you'll watch in the beginning or middle of the week. And these are the things that you will need to do. Okay. Now, some of the stuff you can get done without having to watch the lecture. Okay. Sometimes I won't be able to get a lecture posted until Tuesday. That happens. Okay. Like I might not get part 2 to this week's lecture posted until tomorrow, since the first one I recorded got messed up. Okay, we'll see. So, but these are the major things I'm going to be covering in the lectures. And then here is, on this side, is the homework, the work you'll actually be completing. Some of the work is for a grade, others are not for an exact grade, but they contribute to your grade in terms of the skills and things I go over. So like this week, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 things that are actually for a grade. The other 2 things are activities that help prepare you for those grades. Okay. So I'm gonna show you in a moment where the welcome quiz is, and I'm gonna do a whole lecture on the actual assignments themselves. Okay. Now look, this schedule, I designed this. All right. And so the course, there is a template pretty much that is created by the school and is put on the calendar with all their assignments and stuff. And then I get to come in and change whatever I want to change. Okay. So on the calendar, there might be some assignments. Okay. The bell just rang for lunch. Kids are out of the classroom. Mask off. All right. So back to this document. There are some assignments that might appear on somewhere on some sort of online calendar. It happens every semester. Kids are saying, hey, something popped up on this Gwinnett Tech calendar that says it's due, but I don't see it on the due dates and assignments sheet. Do I have to do it? My answer is always no. If it's not on this document right here that we're looking at, then you don't have to do it. You're only doing the things that are on this document, and you're completing them in this order, and you're completing them for these weeks, okay? This is the most important document that I'm going to upload to you, because it has all the stuff, it has the things you need to know, okay? What I'm going to be covering in lectures, and what's the homework, okay? And when's it due? And this due date is the safe date. This is saying, look, I'm not going to be grading this work at midnight on the 16th of January. Okay, this is a Sunday. Now, I will plan on grading this work on the 17th. On Monday the 17th, I'll begin grading. Okay, so if you turn this in on the 17th at 6 a.m., it's not considered late because I haven't gotten to grading it yet. Okay, the work is only late if I grade it and it's not there and you get a 0. Okay, so there's that. You can move ahead if you want because you have all the assignments, but I do not want you to email me questions about future assignments. Okay, don't ask me how to do certain assignments that are in the future, because every week I'm going to make a lecture that goes over that week's work. Okay, so if you can move ahead if you want to, but you need to still make sure you watch all the lectures, because I might be talking about some of these assignments and things I want you to do with them in the lectures. Okay. All right. So if you have any questions about that, send me an email. Let's see. Okay. Those are the important things that you need to know, okay, for the class. I'm going to, let's see. I'm going to do a separate lecture to go over the work that's to be done for week 1. Okay. This right here was just to get you, introduce you to the course, show you how to navigate where things are. Okay. In terms of my syllabus and that assignment sheet. Okay. The next lecture that you're going to watch for this week, I'm going to go over all the work. Okay. Every week there might be multiple lectures. Some lectures are going to be recorded, the day before, where I go over the week. And then other lectures will be recordings that I actually recorded last semester or a year ago that go over some of the things that we're doing here. And I just choose not to re-record those lectures that have already been made. I mean, there's no reason for that. Like, for example, where's my little, let's see here. Let's go back to this. Like, for example, scrolling down here, when I do the story of a lecture on the story of an hour, that was recorded a year and a half ago. But I go with it, all the information is important, so there's no point of re-recording that. So that will be posted. When I do an analysis of spring and fall, neutral tones, and Madam and Her Madam, once again, those are pre-recorded lectures that I'm going to post that week for you to watch. Okay. So some will be brand new, me going over the unique specifics of this course, and then others I'll be posting will be previously recorded lectures whose information is really important for you to be able to do well on these assignments. Okay, so whenever I post a lecture, watch the lectures, and they will appear not only here. They won't only appear in the announcements, they'll also be collected here in this tab where it says weekly lectures. Okay, so it'll be like week 1, lecture part 1, week 1, lecture part 2, week 1, lecture part 3. So you make sure you watch all of those. Okay, all right, so that's the end of this lecture. The next one you'll watch will be covering all of the assignments that you'll be completing this week and how to do those. Okay.